Hey guys, it's your girl Marielle. Welcome back to my channel, Friday Night Lights, where we do reviews and reactions to TV shows, movies, and other digital content. Since you are here, you already know what I'm going to ask you, so go ahead and hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. Let's get this channel to 400 subscribers. I know we can do it. Also, don't forget to hit me up on my other digital platforms, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So, you already know what it is. Hey subbies, welcome to the family, new subbies. And if you happen to click on this video, you might as well become part of the fam too and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So let's just jump right into it. Today we're going to be reacting and reviewing to Hulu and Freeform series Grown-ish. This is their season 4 and let's just jump right into it. It's episode 1. So we're going to talk about what we liked, what we didn't like, about the topics and everything like that. And do I recommend you guys hitting up Hulu and watching Grown-ish for this 4th season? So let's just get right into it. Okay. So this is season 4 of Grown-ish. We had the season finale. Their seasons are very weird. It's not like your typical television series that starts in September and ends in May. Theirs has always been that middle ground. So where we left off on season 3 is where Zoe and Aaron finally, after all this time, they finally pledged their love to one another. They wanted to start their relationship. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Also, this left off where Doug and Jazz decided not to be together anymore because Doug can't get over that little thing that they put in their claws when he took their break. That's another thing we're going to get into. And Nomi letting her daughter's father know that he's a father. And that's where we pretty much left off. Jazz's sister, she's in Tokyo for the Olympics. And so is Luca's girlfriend. And Vivek is always here and there. So that is pretty much a very fast recap of the season finale of season 3. So season 4, episode 1 starts off in Mexico. As always, they always have Zoe, who is played by Yara Shahidi, her narrating before we actually get into the whole episode. So they're in Mexico deciding, this is their one last hurrah before they go their separate ways because they are seniors minus Aaron. So she decided, hey, let's just have this weekend in Mexico. Let's do it up. Let's do it big. So as soon as all the friends start arriving, Zoe and Aaron, they always been that little whatever. So they try to cheer and everything like that. But as the episode goes on, they individually were happy that they're in Mexico with Zoe, but they don't want to do a group thing. They kind of want to just relax, decompress, get ready for their senior year and kind of let go of all the mess and madness that happened to them in their junior year of college. So she was upset. Aaron was just like, trying to get buns, but what you expect. He's been waiting to be with her for a very long time, and she finally decided, okay, this is what I want. And so now they're together. So that part is always funny. So they eventually end up getting together as a group for what they always do when they go to that bar, that spot or whatever. So they're drinking and they're playing this game where, who do you think is most likely that game, which is always a dangerous slope, as we got to see as further along in this episode. So let's talk about who's most likely. So everybody went as he and ha-ha-has and all that. It's Zoe's turn. She gets who's the most likely to cheat. She didn't want to go. Jazz was like, nah, if you pick it up, you got to do it. And then here comes this thing that pretty much blows up the fun and shit just hits the fan. So Jazz was like, oh, I know why you didn't want to do this because of, she was like, well, and here comes self-centered Zoe. She could pull her with the drop of a dime. She goes, well, I technically didn't cheat. It was Aaron who cheated. And he's like, really, babe? Like, really? This is what you're doing? You throwing me under the bus? And then Luca says, well, that also could be for Jazz because you cheated on Doug. And he was like, facts. And I'm like, Did she really though, Doug? Did she really cheat on you? And again, like I said in my last reviews of Grown-ish, I love Luca. He says some really slick shit that is funny sometimes. And don't get me wrong, what he said next was hilarious, but it was disrespectful. He was like, yo, Jazz is for them streets. And I'm like, okay, that shit was funny, but disrespectful. Like, Doug, you're a man. Okay? Man the F up, tuck in your skirt, and let's move the fuck on. Y'all tell me in the comments if you think he's right to still feel the way he feels. Like, I'm not for, hard, pushing your feelings down. Well, say how you feel, so people don't get anything misconstrued. They don't get anything confused. But at the same time, bro, you keep sitting there saying that you over it. That's why y'all not together now, because you being I'm not going to say what I want to say, but you're being that. And it's either let it go or just like move the on, and don't keep bringing that shit up, because at the end of the day, y'all made this clause. Y'all said y'all can fuck with other people. Y'all said y'all can smash other people. And again, like I said before, do not put that clause into something that you and your man or you and your girl know damn well y'all not going to be feeling it if it comes to that. Now, honestly, I don't think Jazz should have never told him that she smashed old boy, because at the end of the day, they weren't together. They were on a break. If anybody knows that Friends reference, you know. And they were on a break, but they said this could happen, and Doug is still holding on to it. This is a whole year. We coming full circle, bro, and you still on it? And Luca, I'm just saying, you the last person to be saying someone's for these streets. That's all I gotta say. And then Anna chimes in, and then Nomi is like, well, let's talk about who wants to be Snoopy, who wants to be nosy. And so Anna looks at Nomi because Javi's there, and Anna says this most disrespectful shit. She goes, well, at least I'm not going to be a single mother all alone, because you can't get your baby father on board. I mean, I added that part, but at the end of the day, it was disrespectful. Like, y'all are drinking tequila shots, margaritas, y'all are lit. Damn well Nomi don't mean none of that. She drunk, she's funny. And besides, we all know alcohol is the truth serum, right? But that comment that Anna said to Nomi, bro, I wasn't feeling it. It was disrespectful. It really was, on all counts. Like, that was a low blow. But that's how Anna is, Y'all let me know in the comments. Ever since the show started, like, she always been sus to me. And she's not my favorite character. Does she have some points? She does, but she's more wrong than she's ever been right. That's how I feel about this. But at the end of the day, Zoe should have known better to play this game. She knows that each one of her friends still got heavy baggage that they swear they dealt with. Just because you say how you feel doesn't mean it has been dealt with. Correct? That's how I feel. And she already know people feel some type of way about her and Aaron. Aaron may feel some type of way about them. Luca may feel some type of way. Doug, and it goes on and on and on. Just because they say how they feel does not, again, mean that they dealt with it. And she should have known they haven't dealt with their shit yet. And that just chalks up to immaturity. That chalks up to their age and their friendship dynamic. I'm not saying they're not down for each other, because as these episodes go on, we see when they really, really see their friends struggling, where they really see their friends that they need help, they come together and they always come through. But at the same time, they really do need to fix their dynamic in their friendship. Everybody can't be holding on to shit and then spill it out when they think it's the right time. And because it's never the right time. So we don't really get to see too much of Vivek and Jazz's sister, because Vivek has always been, I think they're waiting for the rest of the season, because he did get pulled over with the drug charge and everything like that. And we know that Jazz's sister is in Tokyo, mainly because she's doing Ariel, the Little Mermaid. So I think everybody is pretty much at fault of how the game turned out. But then again, that's just their friendship dynamic. And I think they need to fix that going forward. Like, because if this is the case, once they graduate from college and people get their prospective jobs, they're not going to be friends anymore. It's just going to be like, oh, remember Anna? Remember Zoe? Remember this? Y'all got to get y'all friendship dynamic on point, or y'all are just friends for college sake. Now let's talk about Zoe and Aaron getting hitched. I know they're young and they was drunk and they want to celebrate their love and ooh, and all that other stuff. But I really hope they get this joint annulled, because no, just because y'all came out and said, you know, we love each other, we're going to try this. They need to work on, one, their communication, one, the status of how the relationship even came about, because at the end of the day, he did cheat on his girl. And she was a side chick for 2.5 seconds. And that's going to come up in their relationship, whether they believe it or not. So they definitely need to focus on that. And my husband posed a very good question. He was like, I don't know if it's love. Now, for me, I think Aaron does love Zoe. Always, from the jump. It may have started as infatuation because you're young. You want to smash and pass. But he ended up finding that connection, that vibe with her. So I really do think he loves her. Now, Zoe, on the other hand, I think there's a level of infatuation there and a good level of love. And then there's that level of, I love him, I like him, he's easy to talk to because he puts me on this pedestal like my father did. So it's kind of like leaving my dad and then being with my man. And that is something they all need to work out with, because that can really end their relationship. Because if she's only with him because of the pedestal and not just the attitude and the way he treats her the way her father does, then that's never gonna work. Period. Right? So everybody got their stuff they need to deal with, right? So we already said Jazz and Doug. Well, it's not even Jazz. Doug really, really needs to figure his shit out, because he's never going to be able to even move on from her and be in a meaningful relationship if he's still harboring feelings. That's something that they discussed and agreed with. She jumped on. But again, that's what you get for putting that clause in y'all little arrangement. And I don't think Jazz should have said anything. But that's just me. You tell me what you think. Now let's talk about Javi and Anna's situation. We all know that Anna is freaking psycho when it comes to being an FBI. It does have its perks because she found Nomi's baby father, and that's fine. But she really needs to step outside the box. She don't need to be with anybody. She truly needs to be by herself. And if she's on this path of righteousness and having this relationship with God and everything like that, she gonna have to bear her cross and give it to him, because this, it's like a drug. It's like she's addicted to stalking and minding other people's business. Mind the business that you got paid to mind. You know what I mean? Yes, I know y'all in a relationship, but that's how I feel about that. And that, with that being said, do I think her reaction was an overreaction? I honestly don't think so, because at the end of the day, when they smashed in season 3, that first time they slept with each other, I get it. It was just a spur of a moment. But when you decided, Javi, to do that again, and know that before you met Anna and before you became celibate and trying to be this new person, you was for the streets. And being for the streets, somebody called you and said, yo, you need to get tested for chlamydia because I got it, and XYZ. That second time he laid down with Anna, before he did, he should have said, look, the Javi that you know is not the Javi that I was before. I was for these streets. I was sleeping. I was smashing and passing, and really wasn't protecting myself per se every time I had an indiscretion. And so this chick that I was effing with told me she got chlamydia, and the timeline fits where I could possibly have it. So I'm getting tested, and I don't think we should do what we do until I get my test results back. He had every opportunity to tell her who this somebody was, to tell her what it was. That was disrespectful, and you playing Russian roulette with her life. Okay, if you knew there was a possibility of you having chlamydia and you still smashing shorty, you're disgusting. You're the a-hole. So her reaction is completely warranted. Absolutely warranted. And he's like, I don't think she should have threw the tablet. I don't even think that she should have been snooping. But at the end of the day, she found out what it was, and she was right to feel that way. And for him to say that was the old Javi, that was before celibate Javi. Excuse me, Javi, your body, your Peter Whacker, whatever you want to call it, still can be tainted, and you needed to tell her that. So at the end of the day, she was warranted for her reaction. And if she never wants to fuck with him no more, that's on him. And he really messed up something that possibly could have been something beautiful. And that's all him. So when she saw Nomi and Nomi was like, you leaving? Facts, I'm happy. But then she was like, yo, Javi may have given me an STD. Now, I think don't lie on your boy. Because we all know from men to women to boys to girls, we tend to believe our homies and our homegirls, right? Don't lie. Say that he withheld information. He found out he was negative, right? So he didn't possibly give you chlamydia, but if that's how she wants to see it and take it, I can't take away from her feelings. So then we see Zoe and Aaron doing the whole sex on the beach. I don't know how people do it. The sand gets into crevices. I'm not for it. No, we're not gonna go there, but I'm not for it. But they drunk, they in Mexico, it is what it is. And boom, now we kind of see what the next episode is. We now know who got married, Aaron and Zoe. We now see who got locked up, Aaron and Zoe, probably for indecent, actions and all that other stuff. Get the federales on them and everything like that. So we're gonna see what happens in the next episode. So overall, with this episode, there's so much to dissect. There's so much to talk about just within episode 1, which gives me a great assumption that the rest of this season is going to be great. I really want to know if this is going to be their final season, because they're going to be graduating, and at this point, they're not going to be grown-ish. They're going to technically be grown. You know what I mean? And then for all of that, that's just like what Blackish is. So let's just stay tuned and see what the rest of this season is going to look like. I think it's going to be touching on a lot of stuff. And I really hope through the course of the season, we do see the maturity of each and every one of them and them change their friendship dynamic, because they got to get their shit together. So overall, for a season 1 premiere, I thought it was great. It gave us a lot of meat, a lot of meat for us to chew on and talk about and dissect. And as always, you guys, hit me up in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you think that I was overreacting or everybody is warranted to how they feel. And as we come to the close of this video, you know what I'm going to say. Don't forget again to share the video with your friends and family. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll know when I upload new content. So you guys, be safe, be courageous, and I'll see you in the next one.